Welcome to TCH Live Poker as we get ready for event number 1 of the Trailblazer Series here in the Rio Grande Valley. 10K in a day. Let us go around the table here. In seat number 1, we have Miguel. He's in at 3.3 million. Seat number 2, we have Joaquin. He's the chip leader, 4.4 million. In seat number 3, we have Belio, one of the short stacks. Seat 4, we got Leo. He's in at exactly 3 million. Seat 5, we have Mohawk, 3.3 million. And this is the first hand. Blinds are 40,000, 80,000. Belio with essentially 10 big blinds with an ace. Pretty awkward here, first to act. And he's just going to make the call. And Bernie, another short stack, also just making the call with 10 bigs here. Cameras getting adjusted. Mohawk with the Ducks, and we are going 5 ways to a flop of Jack High. Bernie hitting a 5. And let's see how much he bets. Mohawk doesn't think anybody has a jack. And now it's time for Fernie to go all in, or at least put on a raise. We are live on the YouTube chat. And he just calls. So Fernie with the set of 5s, just making the call. And Manny gonna need to hit a diamond or a tray to have some hope. And now he is officially drawn dead. And Manny gonna blast off again. So Fernie with the slow play. Looks like it's gonna perhaps get him a double up here. Yeah, Mohawk putting him all in. And I don't think the card reader picked up something wrong. Maybe their hands are switched. Nope. Mohawk did not look happy about the call. Yeah, and it is indeed a 5. So a bit of a nit row from Fernie. Did not want to be the first one out. So perhaps thought about it a little longer than he should have. I'm sure looking back at the stream, he's going to tell himself, probably should have called a lot faster.
I wish there was a way to punish that. I wish there was a way where I could have won.
So Fernie goes from the short stack to number 6 in chips. So this is the first of 2 events here in the Rio Grande Valley as part of the Trailblazer Series. We did have a couple of players come down from the Houston area. None of them making it to the final table. But this is the 10K in a day that we do once a month here in the Rio Grande Valley. It was actually 15K guaranteed. 3 different flights, one on Friday, one on Saturday, and one today. The biggest flight was the Friday flight, as we normally have a free roll on Friday, so this replaced the free roll. It was $25 to enter. $25 to enter, and unlimited rebuys for $10. Every $10 got you 10K in chips. I know for sure there was a couple of people that bought him for 500, getting them half a million in chips. But it really allows any type of play-in style. You can buy him for the $25, show up on time, get a 5,000 bonus, or you can lose a big pot and then add on some chips. So a real quick race off of the blue chips. They got rid of most of them on the break. I do not see the graphic loaded for me, so we will just say what the breakdown was. So over the 3 flights, it was 139 players over the 3 flights. 1,503 rebuys. 1,503 rebuys and 101 add-ons. So that built a prize pool of just over 20K. So we actually doubled the guarantee. It was 10K, and then right off the rip, the card house guaranteed 15K since it was part of the Trailblazer series, and prize pool get into just over 20K. First place going to be taking home $5,500. The next 2 players eliminated, 8th place and 9th place, will get $720.
I can't even be mad at that because it's just fucking funny. That was fucking funny.
So now we got Bellio as the short stack, and he is going to be the big blind. Bellio qualifying on Friday night. There was 5 pairs that qualified. The top 8% of the players advanced to day number 2 today. So he qualified on Friday night. Joaquin, your chip leader, he's in seat number 2. He qualified on Saturday, bagging over 4 million in chips. Zamora in seat 7, the only player to double bag. So he found a bag on Friday night and then came back on Saturday and found another bag. So he was able to combine both bags for 3.8 million. Miguel showed up today at 12 noon, played the turbo flight, and got in, as did Leo there in seat 4. So both seat 1 and seat 4. They've been here since 12 noon. Mohawk, center of attention. He qualified on Friday night. He actually bagged the most chips on Friday night. And he showed up today to try to get a second bag. Was not successful. And then we got Coach Mike in seat 8. He qualified on Friday night. And Fernie. I think they misspelled Fernie. But Fernie there in seat 6 just doubled up, qualified on Saturday. And then we have seat number 9. He's going by Knit. Maybe Fernie should use that name. Maybe Knit Roll. So we got Knit in seat 9, and he qualified on Friday night. So 2 of these players have been here since 12 noon. 1 of these players has double bagged. And a couple players tried to double bag. Once again, $20,000 prize pool, just over a $20,000 prize pool, and just over 5K for first, 55 to be exact. Now, all of this week, all of this coming week, There's going to be 15 chances to qualify for the main event, as there will be 2 flights every day, one at 1 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock. Now, keep in mind at the very bottom, you got 2x Trailblazer points for this stop. So I know there was some players that came down for Houston trying to take advantage of the bonus points. All right, so they got the color up taken care of, and we are back and ready to go here. The short stack is in the big blind, and the blinds have gone up. So 7.7 bigs, one of those bigs as part of the big blind ante. So Belio in the danger zone. And no, you're not seeing things. 2 players with the camouflage hoodie. Fernie, who just doubled up the previous hand, going to be limping here with the ace-10. And Zamora will raise it up here. So somebody, there we go. I was about to say somebody did not get their card scanned, so waiting for Zamora. And that's what the delay is. The production crew letting the dealer know. Zamora did not get his card scanned, so he'll rescan them. The graphics will catch up. And let's see what Zamora has. Here we go. Graphics are catching up. Zamora with the pocket 5s now. Oh, 3 players wearing the camouflage hoodie. Looked like 4 players, but Joaquin there in C2 just has a tan coat. As we go 3 ways to a flop. Belio the short stack calling with the king 5. And that's going to leave him with less than 4 big blinds after this hand. Checks around to Zamora. Zamora figuring his opponents have big cards. And he's going to figure right. He will bet the 5s and rake in the million, just over a million chip pot. As I said, we are live on the YouTube chat. Got a couple of people checking in already. Yeah, so Belio with just under 4 big blinds, and he is the small blind now. As blinds did go up, he came to the final table with 800K in chips. Came to the final table with 800K in chips. Very first hand, limped under the gun with an ace. Lost that hand, and then the next hand, the blinds went up, and he was the big blind, and he called a 3x raise. As Mohawk raising it up 2.5, more of the standard raise you see nowadays. Action is on. Zamora has 2 letters, but he's going to let it go. Coach Mike doing the same. And it is folded around to the big blind, Leo. Leo looking at the 6-4 will defend his big blind. So heads up we go. And nothing but spades. Does go check, check. Leo with the Oni spade. Board does pair. I do expect Mohawk to bet here, but he does not. And the ace high going to be good. And it will go check, check. Thought Mohawk would bet the turn, but he checked it down and takes it down. Ooh. So Belio with just over 3 big blinds. He is going to be the button. And action is going to be on Fernie. Oh, Zamora with the aces. How big is he going to raise? And he makes it 2.5. Thought he might size it up a little bit, but he did raise the standard 2.5. Coach Mike with the suited king will get rid of that. Nit will do the same. And we have Joaquin, the chip leader, calling from the cutoff. Mohawk defending his big blind, and we are going 3 ways to a flop of just over $1 million. And that is a pretty action flop here, as we have a player with a straight draw, a player with a flush draw, and Zamora with top set. He will put out the continuation bet of perhaps 500. Each of those orange chips are worth 100K, and he's sliding out about 6 of them. Oh, he's sliding out 7 of them. Big bet from Zamora here. Big bet with top set. It is a very draw-heavy board. Mohawk is going to make the call. You can see 3 clubs are available. The rest of the clubs have been folded. And now Mohawk's going to hit a pair to go along with his flush draw, so he's definitely going to get sticky here. How much is Zamora going to charge him now, as this pot is already over $2 million. And once again, those orange chips are worth 100K each. And Zamora with another big bet, 1.8 million. The green chip's worth 500K. So 2 of the green chips, 8 of the orange chips. And this is... Did Mohawk just make the call? Yeah, Mohawk has 2 white chips left, and he is looking for a club. 10 or 6 is not good. It is a black card, but did he go check? Wow, so Zamora does not put him all in on the river for some reason. Maybe it's because he's wearing the same hoodie as him. But now Mohawk is going to be in the small blind. Was the big blind the previous hand, so he is in the small blind now, and he's pretty much all in. The white chip's worth 25K. The orange chip's worth 100K. You can see 4 of those white chips are in. Blinds are 50,000, 100,000. And now Mohawk is the short stack. So we've seen 5 hands. We've had 3 different short stacks at the beginning of each hand. And Mohawk going to have to get pretty lucky here. With the win, now Zamora is taking the chip lead. I don't think they have a graphic. Somebody asking about the payout, but I'll break it down again. I'll break it down right now after the hand. Sorry, wrong pocket. Zamora now with the 10s. Raises it up 2.5 again, and Mohawk is all in dark. The dealer will get the side pot situated. Mohawk does have a queen, and side pot is situated. Mohawk all in here looking for a queen, and instead it'll be an ace. He does hit a 9 though, so a queen still works for him. Zamora not liking the ace. He is going to check it. And looks like Joaquin is going to bet it. Betting about 1/3 of the pot, 350. Mohawk knows his opponent has an ace. Zamora getting sticky with the 10s. He does have some backdoor possibilities. Miguel with the 7s will let it go, facing the 3 overcards and the 2 calls. And Mohawk hitting the 9. Zamora can still hit a 10 to retake the lead, or Joaquin can hit an ace. And Joaquin going to hit the ace. I'm not sure if Mohawk has seen yet. Double paired board. Zamora checking once again. And Joaquin going to slide out a bet here of 700. Trying to get a call from an 8 or a 9. So let me double check again on my banners. I do not see it there. Let me look one more spot. See maybe if it got loaded in a different spot. Zamora getting a really good price here. But keep in mind there is a player all in. So no reason for Joaquin to bluff here with the player being all in. But there is also a decent side pot, and that's why Zamora is taking so long here. And it looks like he's going to pay it off. So nice bet sizing from Joaquin here. As I believe Zamora is going to pay it off. He's already cut it out. And he will slide it forward. So Mohawk, who was the chip leader at the end of the first flight, is going to be our first player eliminated. A little shell shock that he missed his pair and flush draw. And once again, I do not have a banner, but I will break it down. So prize pool wound up being just over 20K. 8th and 9th place going to be taking home $720. First place going to be $5,500. So first place $5,500, second place $3,720, third place $2,720. As I said, we are live on the YouTube chat. This is the first of 2 events, part of the Trailblazer series. Coach Mike with the 2 letters. Does have over 20 big blinds, so he does have some wiggle room, but he is under the gun. Probably a hand you play in late position, but not in early position, and Coach Mike knows, so he will let it go. And we lost one of the camouflage hoodies. Joaquin came into the day as the chip leader. Going to raise it up, and Belio now going all in. With the Queen Jack, he's got live cards, but we did see Coach Mike fold the same hand, the Queen Jack, and we see Leo folding a Queen as well, so he's just going to be left with a couple of outs. So Belio looking to go clubbing, as there have been a couple of Queens folded. He has 1 Queen available and maybe 3 Jacks available. And there's the ace, which pretty much has him drawn dead, and he will be the 8th place finisher. So losing 2 players. Joaquin with the ace last hand and with the ace again. So Bailey are going to be taking home $720 as we are now down to 7. So 6th and 7th place going to get over 1,000, 1120 to be exact. So next 2 players knocked out going to be getting 1120. So Nit still has over 10 big blinds. He will fold the 6-9 under the gun. Joaquin with some suited cards will let it go. Leo, who has lost both of his seatmates, will be raising it up here, 2.5. 2.5x. So he takes it up to $250,000. Coach Mike with the ace. I feel like he should be defending an ace here, heads up. If it was suited, I'm sure Coach Mike would have already thrown in the call. But I think he's going to throw in the call regardless, and I do think this is the right play, defending with an ace here. Should go check bet. There's the check. And there's the bet. So Leo with the continuation bet. Bet in 300. And that should get the job done, and does. So Leo raking it in. As we have Nit as the new short stack, and he is in the big blind here. He's going to have right at 10 big blinds once he puts in the big blind ante there. Bernie, who doubled up on the first hand, has 13 bigs. So actually going to be on Miguel. Did qualify today in the turbo. Leo is the other player who qualified. And Zamora's been catching some cards. Probably go 2.5. Looks like he's sizing up to 4. A big size up to 500. Little surprise. Making it 5x on the button here. Nit with the pretty jack-8 of clubs, but can't call half your stack with that hand. Zamora will show the ace-king, although I really feel that size-in was way too big, especially with a short stack being in the big blind, the short stack of the table being in the big blind. No reason to raise it a big amount. So 2 different streams today. We had a cash game from the Houston location earlier. And now we have the Trailblazer tournament here in the Rio Grande Valley. Joaquin has the chip lead and will limp. Speaking about Houston, this is a very popular hand in Houston. The Loop 610. Zamora with the better 10, and he's going to take it up. Is that 2.5 or 3.5? Miguel just calling with the ace-queen. So some unconventional plays here from all the players involved, and Zamora's going to get in trouble. Miguel is leading here with the ace. Yeah, this is very, very surprising. From the jump, it's been surprising. Player limping with the 10-6. Zamora just calling, thinks that he's trapping. And Miguel announcing all in. Zamora will make the call, and he's going to need to hit a 10. Zamora flashing the ace of spades, and he's going to be surprised to see that Miguel has such a big kicker. So Zamora going to need an ace, an 8 or a 4 to chop, or a 10 to take it down, and no, it is Miguel who's going to win the pot. So Joaquin there in C2 began as the chip leader. Zamora taking the chip lead away from him, and now Miguel the new chip leader. So 3 different chip leaders, 9 hands in, and 3 different short stacks. So Zamora taking the hit, but still has over 30 bigs available. And decent game for Sunday Night Football.
Lord.
Yeah, so it is 14-14, the Sunday Night Football game. So Leo with the suited ace will take it up, 2.5. And he'll take it down. So getting back to the previous hand. Well, let's get to the comments. No, I changed my mind again. We'll get to the comments at the next hand. But the previous hand's still fresh. As the chip leader limping under the gun with 10-6 of spades. Zamora, who the previous hand had ace-king. It was folded to him around on the button. Previous hand he had ace-king and he 5x'd it. So this time he goes with the standard 2.5x, but there was a limper. So we'll probably talk to him afterwards about the sizings that he chose, but thought he might size it up since there was a limper involved. Instead, he just raised to the standard 2.5. Miguel just calling out of the big blind with the ace-queen, and that brought along the limper. And then Miguel led out when the 2 aces came on the flop, so not necessarily the way I would have played the hand, but he's got all the chips. As we have an 8-high flop here. And Miguel with the 8. He will bet over half pot here. And he will take it down. All right, so we got Fletcher in the chat. Lewis. Oh, Lewis. Thought that said Lois. And then somebody saying the dealer shouldn't stack the muck. I'm not sure what he's referring to. And then Miguel setting the trap. And then Fletcher being a Dumas. Yeah, it was actually the ace-queen that led out. But his opponent happened to have an ace as well, so it worked out. Normally your opponent is not going to have an ace there, especially with the way the action went. But his opponent had the ace, and he got the double up. Zamora will take a break here. Let go of the 9-3. And blinds have gone up. So Nit's going to have to make a move. And there's the move. This is interesting. Making a move here with 10 high. Maybe he's playing on his image. Maybe he knows the players know that he's a nit. And Fernie now with the ace-queen. So Net looking for a 10 or a 9 to stay alive. And he will hit the 10. And He is going to double up, so now he's going to take a stack to over 2 million. So somebody asking on the buy-in, this was a $25 buy-in with unlimited rebuys. Every $10 got you 10K in chips. Prize pool of over 20K. First place paying over 5K. Next player knocked out going to be getting 1120. So with that loss now, Fernie pretty much all in. Yeah, he's a small blind. He's all in dark. So we saw this earlier with Mohawk as he was all in dark, and I think it was for the same amount as well for 50K. Joaquin with the ace takes it up to 350. And Leo with the ducks will just make the call. Pretty sure Fernie has not seen his hand. And Zamora going to be making the call, which is bad news for Fernie because now his 9 is not going to be good. Yeah, so all this information is available on Poker Atlas, the buy-ins. Normally they put a banner up for me. Wow. Wow. The 2 last 9s arrive, but Leo hits his set. So Zamora going to need to hit a king. Fernie going to have to hit a 6. So second time that Zamora is perhaps getting coolered. So Zamora with trips earlier was out-kicked, and now he flops trips again, but somebody has a boat. I think a 6 is coming. I think Fernie's going to win the main pot. Oh, that looked like a king and said it was a queen. And no, it's going to be a double knockout. What a crazy hand. So both these players... Oh, not a double knockout. Zamora's left with 500K. So Fernie going to be taking 7th. Fernie going to be taking 7th for 1120. And Zamora going to be left super short. Yeah, the chat reacting to the hand, and that was something you see on the movies. So 2 players flopping trips, 1 player flopping a full house. The player who flopped the full house is going to take it down. And I will get to the comments after this hand. So I believe that's going to make Leo the new chip leader. Or him and Mike are pretty even here. So the min click goes from 1. The blinds are 75, 150 now. Leo making it 300.
That's why when I saw it, I was like, I can't not say it. I don't want to be
All right, so there was 139 players spread out over 3 different flights, and it was 1,503 rebuys. Some players rebought once. Some players rebought. There was a player that rebought for $500. So that was 50 rebuys from 1 player alone. And then there was an add-ons as well. There was 101 add-ons. So it's kind of crazy because some of these players are in for less than $100, and some of these players are in for more than $500. Coach Mike with the basically 10 bigs here, and he's going to raise and take. All right, so is Leo the new chip leader, or does Miguel still have him covered? They both have at least 6 million. No, Miguel is still the chip leader, 6.9, but Leo not far behind, 6.6, and Joaquin now 5.5. So you have 3 players that have more than 30 bigs, and then 3 players that are on the short side. So 3 big stacks, 3 small stacks. And ironically, the 3 big stacks are all sitting next to each other. And the 3 small stacks are all sitting next to each other. So Zamora pretty much going to have to pick a hand, but the Queen 6 is not going to be the hand. And Nit with the King just makes the call. Would have liked to see a raise, but it looks like his opponent is going to raise it. Throwing out 1 chip that's worth 500K. Yeah, I think blind versus blind might have been going all in, but Nit taking the passive approach. And I understand he just completed out of the small blind, so he didn't want to play a big pot, so he does fold to the raise. And I think the reason why he did that is because Zamora has so few chips left, and we're actually on a pay jump right now. So the next player knocked out gets 1120, and then the player after that gets 1720. So $600 pay jump. So I forgot that Zamora was super short. He's going all in here, but it makes sense why Nit would just play the hand really passive. So Zamora all in with the ace. Miguel the chip leader. This is exactly a 3x raise. And Joaquin feels like he's getting priced in. And what do you think in the chat? I think it's close. It's a 3x raise. You have over 5 million in chips, and I think you're pretty much calling with any 2 cards. And Joaquin has come to the same conclusion, and he will make the call. Not in terrible shape here, 65-35. So 2 out of 3 times Zamora will win. Still looking for a 10 or a 5. There's the 5. And there's the knockout. So Zamora, the only player who double bagged, going to be falling in 6th place for a payout of 1120. So Nit liking that because that's going to make him $600. 49ers scoring, and now maybe the Bears scoring as well. There is a flag on the play. And it is a touchdown. Yeah. I mean, the format sounds cool and everything, but a lot of these players are just so short where it really handcuffs what you can do. So Nit with just over 10 bigs. And then Coach Mike. And like I said, we have 3 players at 6 million and then 2 short stacks. Action's going to be on Coach Mike. Does have a boxing gym, Rolo Wattis. down here in the Rio Grande Valley. Eight, six of clubs, it is a pretty hand, but not when you have a short stack. So Joaquin hitting the tray. Did Miguel limp on the button? Is that what happened here? I think Miguel limped on the button. Three threes for Joaquin. And the second time tonight, Joaquin has had a full house. Second time in 18 hands, and he checked it, trying to trap. Yeah, it's the queen three that's the winner. Yeah, somebody pretty much saying the same thing I'm saying with the short stacks. Really can't be four betting just because of stack sizes. So Joaquin now retaking the chip lead after winning that pot. Yeah, there's a lot of different factors you have to take into account, especially at a final table. But you always want to know not only how much you have in chips, but also how much your opponent has in chips. We saw that come into play earlier, where Nit made perhaps a passive play, but he knew that Zamora was super short. Miguel limping here. And Joaquin gonna raise it up. And Leo gonna be making the call with the pocket eights. Coach Mike will fold. And Miguel makes the call. So Miguel's been doing a lot of limping. Some people say limping is pimping. And he's going to flop a flush draw. Joaquin also flopping a flush draw. And we might see another crazy hand here if a spade arrives. Leo knows that his eights are probably not good here. And doesn't want to tangle with the other chip leader. So he'll get out of the way. Miguel will not. And if we see a spade, folks, we're going to see some fireworks again. It's red. Somehow Miguel is still out in front here with the king high. It's going to go check, check. And that is not a spade. So king high is going to win this unless if Joaquin bluffs. And Joaquin heard me. He's going to put out a bluff and he's going to take it down. So somebody's saying poor Joaquin, and no. He's going to win with the worst hand. Yeah, a lot of these situations are pretty much already figured out, which is why you have all the charts and everything like that. Limping is never pimping. Yeah, so somebody in the chat, limping is pimping. And then somebody says, no, it's not. In general, I would say limping is not pimping, but there are certain situations. And the situations that I'm talking about are like this at a final table. Now, when you're talking about playing cash games, you're talking about being deep stack and other factors, well then you can probably limp then or mix it up. But here at the final table with the stacks being the way they are, limping is usually not going to be pimping. I mean, maybe blind versus blind situation against the two against the other big stack. I could see that. But seat 8 and 9, they should not be limping ever with their chip stacks and the blinds. So Joaquin going to take a little break, and it is going to be folded around to the two shorties. Coach Mike with the king might be an all-in there. I think that's an all-in on the button. I'm pretty sure that's an all-in on the button. 10 big blinds folded around to you on the button. I know Nit didn't have a good hand. Oh, Miguel was probably going to call him, so there you go. It worked out. And now blinds are up, yeah. I think that was an all-in with the king, especially with the blinds going up. But Coach Mike doesn't limp and wound up being the right play. So blinds are up now 100 to 200, which means that both Coach Mike and Nit with less than 10 big blinds. So they pretty much have to pick a hand here, which is the great thing / the bad thing about tournaments. It does force you to play hands. A little surprised Leo is limping here with the two short stacks to his left. Thought he might wait for them to get knocked out before he opened up his game. Did Nit fold ace jack? No. Yeah, so action is on him. Yeah, so he's counting it out. He should be saying all in here. I was all like, I know his name is Nit, but he's not folding ace jack with less than 10 bigs. Oh, wow. Joaquin with the ace queen just makes the call here. And I think that's going to be too much for Leo to call. And not to be results oriented, but this is why I thought Leo raising it under the gun with the two short stacks was a little ambitious, just because there's a lot of cards that they're going to be shoving with. So Nit gonna need a jack. Also gonna perhaps need the board to pair. Or a tray. And instead, the ace queen will take it down. Excuse me. So Nit gonna be winning 17-20. And the next player out also going to be getting 17-20, but there is a pay jump. Third place going to be getting $2,720. So $1,000 pay jump between the next two players that are out. And Coach Mike on the ropes right now as he has less than 10 big blinds. Oh, I thought Coach Mike was limping. I think this might be an all-in here with the blinds being 100, 200. You have King 9. I think this is an all-in. And Mike agrees with me. You're going to be ahead of a lot of your opponents four-handed here with the King. And Leo going to look. Oh, Leo makes the call. Yeah, Leo has the ace, but Coach Mike isn't in terrible shape. Going to be about 60-40. As a matter of fact, it's better than 60-40. He does have 2 live cards, 1 live suit, and he is looking for a king or a 9. Still looking for a king or a 9. There's the 9. And there's the double up. So Coach Mike answering the count, getting the double up, taking a stack up to 3.3 million, and now Leo down to 3.7 million. Still over 10 big blinds. As the Sunday night game between the 49ers and the Bears knotted up at 21 apiece. So Joaquin started the day as the chip leader and now has 10 million in his stack, more than double second place. Miguel with the Jack 10, it's a pretty hand, and I don't know what you do with this hand four-handed. I know you don't limp. I can't tell you what to do with the hand. I can tell you what not to do with the hand. Maybe this is one of those spots where you do limp on the button, but not under the gun. And Joaquin, he's going to hit a flush draw. And let's see if he bets his flush draw. He does not bet his flush draw. Exactly $1 million in the pot. Coach Mike hitting a 5. Leo hitting a straight draw. Leo doesn't think anybody is interested in the pot, so he's going to take a shot here with his straight draw. Coach Mike with the 5. I don't think with 2 players behind you, you should be calling here. We know that Joaquin's going to call. He's picked up a straight draw now to go with his flush draw. Joaquin folded? Coach Mike telling Leo, I had the 5, and Leo says that wasn't good. And the lie detector determined he was not telling the truth. Ooh, second interception for Purdy, but there is a flag. Still up to over 4 million, has over 20 big blinds now. And it was a penalty on the Bears, so interception wiped off the board and an automatic first down for the Niners. Leo with the ace raising it up. And he's going to hit a 9, so he should be putting out, I would say 300. I think he's going to bet 300. There's the check. Oh, he checks back. All right, if he doesn't bet this king, then I will, I don't even know what to say. There's the 300. I knew he was going to bet 300. I just thought he was going to bet it on the flop. Instead, he bets it on the turn. And he will show the 9. So we do have a $1,000 pay jump here. Fourth place going to be getting $1,720. And third place will be getting $2,720. As it is first and goal for San Francisco.
One more time, actually, guys. One more time.
And Coach Mike on the button here. Does have over 10 big blinds, so does open up some options here on the button. But Leo gonna raise it up first to act here. And I think the production crew is going to tell the dealer to pause as the action tracker hasn't caught up yet. So it's good. It needs to award the pot to Leo. It's awarded the pot to Leo. It should clear out here. And Leo going to take it down. He had pocket 8s. He had pocket 8s. He showed 1-8. And even though these players are not mic'd up, there are two overhead cams. Two overhead cameras. There you go. So normally I'm able to hear what the players say. You can see 10 minutes left on this level. 100K, 200K. As the 49ers handing it off to Christian McCaffrey. No, it's a fake. Purdy runs it in. Coach Mike with the Purdy 6-4 of clubs, but under the gun with the short stack. That's going to go into the muck. Miguel, who has been limping a lot. Let's see what he has. He's going to fold. Joaquin, blind versus blind, is going to raise it up here to 800. So pretty big raise here from Joaquin. And Leo going to defend the big blind here with his ace. And Joaquin's going to hit 2 pair. Leo's going to hit a straight draw. And Joaquin announces $1 million. So betting over half the pot here. Quick fold from Leo. And does that take Joaquin to over 11 million? It does, 11.5. Does he have half the chips in play? 4 and 4 is 8, 8 and 3. Yeah, he has about half the chips in play. Don't know what the math on that is. But yeah, he's got basically half the chips in play, 4-handed. So Miguel looking down at the computer hand. First to act. And I said he's been limping a lot. And he's going to limp again. Joaquin announces 800. So normally, somewhere between 2 and 3x is what you're looking to raise. But with the limper, Joaquin does size up. And not to sound results oriented, but okay, somebody did the math for me. I appreciate that. I just kind of rounded the numbers up real quick. All right, he's asked 12 million now, so he does have half the chips in play. He's got 12 million after that hand. So there's 24 million in chips in play. Joaquin with half. Joaquin with an ace should be taking it up. I like 5. He's gonna limp. And it is Leo who's playing his position here. The power of the button. Figures the limp is weak, but it's actually not as weak as it seems, as he is going to slide out the call. That's the bad news for Leo. The good news is he's going to have position on his opponent here. And he's going to hit the 9. It will go check, check. I do like the check from Leo here. And he's going to turn a straight. Joaquin with the diamonds. What a spicy turn. And now Leo's going to put it on a bet. And Joaquin, I don't think is going to call here with just ace high. Leo put in a big bet here, making it seem like he's bluffing. And he'll take it down. So somebody asking about the Rio Grande Valley. It's actually a really big area down here. There's just not one huge city. The Rio Grande Valley itself, probably, give or take, about 1.5 million. Give or take. And that's just counting this side, as there's about another 1.5 million right across the border in Mexico. So Rio Grande Valley located in South Texas. We're 3 hours south of San Antonio. Best beach in Texas, South Padre Island. Best beach in Texas. And I mentioned this earlier that we're going to have temperatures in the 80 degrees. I was promising everybody, if you come down for the Trailblazers Series, it's going to be in the 80s. And I believe it was 88 degrees yesterday. There is a cold front that's going to come in. There is a cold front that's going to come in. So we're going to go from the 80s to the 60s, I believe. But next weekend, the final weekend of the Trailblazer Series stop, it's going to go back up to the 80s. And Joaquin hitting the jack. Coach Mike with the 6-7. Oh, Coach Mike called with the 6-7 on the button. Miguel going to check it again. Joaquin going to bet again, and this should take it down. Somebody in the chat answering tacos. Yeah, it is a very good food down here. I do travel a lot, and it's kind of funny because with the Mexican food, it all depends. It all depends on what part of the country you're in. Like, if you go to California, their quote-unquote Mexican food is going to be different than our Mexican food, and if you go to like Arizona, same deal. So all of the regions, even though it is the same thing, it is different. So Miguel just limping again. And I know Miguel is very old school, but should probably do less limping at the final table. Leo takes a shot at it, and I think he's done. Wanted to take a shot at it, put out a bet, and no, he's not done. Oh, it's going to get the job done. There we go. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, okay. This is not me, this is the chat. But I think it's what you're used to. Because maybe they say the same thing about the Tex-Mex. All right, Miguel should be getting rid of this, and does. Joaquin, your chip leader, should be raising here with pretty much any two cards. And he is going to raise. I like this raise. I like the raise sizing. And you can see it's going to put pressure on the short stack here. Coach Mike with less than 10 bigs. Not going to be able to call with the 6-3. But just winning this pot, he's going to pick up $500,000. So you're risking $500,000 to pick up $500,000. 500K. Yeah, Coach Mike should not be calling here with his short stack. And he knows it. He knows it. But sometimes you just want to play a hand. Yeah, so Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, we are one of 6 Texas Card House locations located across the state of Texas. There's 2 in North Texas, 1 in the city of Dallas, and 1 right next door in the city of Irvin, the Las Colinas area to be exact. Then there's 2 Texas Card Houses in East Texas, 1 in the city of Houston, and then 1 just north of Houston in the city of Spring. Then you have Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, that's us in South Texas. And then you have the original, and in my opinion, the nicest in Austin. Oh, Coach Mike is all in with Suda Connectors. TCH Social in Austin, serving Central Texas. Yeah, Leo's going to get a count. He knows he has to call, and he's going to see he's ahead. Another one of those 60-40 situations for Coach Mike. Whoa, it's actually 50-50. I guess somebody folded an ace or a 3, because this should be more like 60-40. He's going to need a diamond, and he is drawn dead. King of diamonds on the turn would have made for an interesting run out. But Coach Mike is going to... Yeah, so Coach Mike going to finish 4th, winning 17-20. And now the next pay jump will be at least 1,000. Next player out going to get 2720. Second place going to get 3720. And first place going to be going 5,500. 5,500. As Miguel is now the short stack. Joaquin is the chip leader. And Leo there does have the most experience in this situation. Yeah, so Leo does have a lot of tournament cashes under his belt, and he is real familiar with these situations. As a matter of fact, I know one year he was one of the top 10 chip stacks at the World Series of Poker main event after the first day. Does go check, check once again. And the 10 for Miguel. Going to take his stack up to over 3 million. Put out a little bet. And that's going to put him over 3 million. 3.3 to be exact. And now the blinds just went up, so 20-minute blinds here at the final table. So Miguel with over 10 bigs, but not by much. He's got 11 bigs. So Miguel with short stack, Leo with the experience, and Joaquin the chip leader. Yeah, this is an all-in here, all day, every day with the sixes. Short stack, all day, every day. This is an all-in. And let's see if Miguel figures it out. He's going to min-raise it. So I do like the fact that he didn't limp. Would have preferred an all-in here. But Leo is going to call. And Leo's going to try to take away this pot. As advertised. This is where the experience coming into play for Leo. And I've said this a couple of times already, but I know it sounds like I'm being results oriented, but with the sixes there, you move all in because pretty much if you get called, pretty much an overcard's going to come. A couple of overcards are going to come, and now you don't know what to do. And that's what happened with Miguel there. Saw all the overcards, saw his pocket pair, and made the fold. Leo just going to limp. And we do not want to see a 10. Both players with suited cards. Both players with a 10. Double paired board does go check, check. And it's just going to go check all the way down. Miguel will take it down with the queen high. Different board textures. Different positions at the poker table. Sometimes determine on how you play a hand. Well, a lot of times determines how you play a hand. But saw that Leo bluffed in the previous hand. But the board texture didn't favor his range. Flop lag for the sixes. Yeah. The next hand would have had quads. Leo will let his hand go. It'll be the big stack versus the small stack, and Miguel should be folded here, especially with less than 10 bigs, 9 deuce. I know you're halfway in, and you feel like it's only half a blind to complete, but then if your opponent raises, you're pretty much burning that half blind. Now, of course, everything that I'm saying is just basic poker tournament strategy. And different styles work for different people. As I mentioned this earlier, Miguel's been playing poker for probably longer than I've been alive, so
I mean, good luck. Sorry.
his style does work for him, but that at the same time, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't sometimes make some tweaks to your game. So blind versus blind here. Both players with a king. Both players missed the flop. And I do expect Leo to bet the turn if it does go check. Okay, it is not going to go check. It is going to be a king. And Leo having kicker problems right now. No longer with the kicker problems. Going to be a chop pot. So chop it up. Kings and nines with an ace kicker. Did Miguel have queen nine that previous hand? I know I'm not able to rewind, but if you're watching on YouTube, you're able to rewind. But I think Miguel had queen nine. He would have had a full house. We got the MMA and car addict in the chat. Sup? How cold is it in New York? It was 88 degrees here yesterday. So Miguel with less than 10 big blinds in the danger zone. And he is in the big blind. Joaquin should be making this somewhere between 600 and 800. He announces 8. And Miguel is just going to complete here. Very curious what he has. The action tracker hasn't caught up yet. Okay, it is caught up. Oh, he has some suited connectors. And this is an all-in here, yep. 2 overcards and an open-ender. And Joaquin. Yeah, the chat's saying he did have queen nine. Yeah, 1.6 for Joaquin to call. But he just has king high here. Thinks his opponent has a 6 or a 7. But his opponent only has 9 high. Oh, he makes the call here with king high. Wow. So Joaquin out in front right now, but does have a lot of cards to dodge. And he's going to dodge them all. So Miguel going to be your 3rd place finisher. He's going to take home $2,700 off of the $25 buy-in. So I think the players are talking about maybe moving some money around. First place. Yeah. They're talking about moving some money around. First place, $5,500. Second place, $3,720. Now keep in mind, if it is net, if the net winnings in poker tournaments is over 5,000. Yeah, so they're talking about moving money around.
So you bring the 500 to second, and we each at least make 400. 5,000 and 42.
All right, here we go. So they moved money around. They're still going to play.
No, we're not going to chop. We're going to drop down.
They're moving some money around. So they're taking the 500, which is real smart if you ask me. They're taking the 500 off first and moving it to second. So they're still going to play. So first place is going to be 5,000. And second place is going to be 42.20. Yeah, so some pretty sly negotiating there. And I'm pretty sure that was Leo. Like I said earlier, he does have experience in this situation. So he knew if it was over 5,000, then some taxes may be owed. But if it's 5,000 or less, no taxes are owed. So taking the 500 off from first, moving it to second. And what is that going to be? 42.20. So let's call it 42. And essentially they're playing for $700. And Leo with a nice hand to begin heads up play here. Should be raising it up. Perhaps 8. No, he min raises it to 6. And he's going to hit a king. Joaquin's going to hit a flush draw, and we might have fireworks on this first hand. So continuation bet here and a min raise. Leo checking if he has the jack of diamonds. He does, and wow, he just makes the call here. And look at all the outs for Joaquin. 8 outs available, and he gets there. But Leo can has the jack of diamonds, so he can hit a diamond of his own. He's going to make the call here. Oh, there's the diamond. What a crazy first hand here, heads up. Joaquin is going to check. How much is Leo going to bet? Has essentially the second nuts, because the queen of diamonds is the nuts, but he knows Joaquin is not checking the queen here. 4 million in the pot, and he is sliding out that much. Joaquin going to be making the call. The dealer will break it down, and we're going to have a new chip leader, I believe. No, Joaquin's still going to have the chip lead. No, he doesn't. Yeah. So, first hand, Leo takes the chip lead, flush versus flush, and now he has 13.7 million. So Joaquin qualifying yesterday on Saturday. He did come into day number 2 as the overall chip leader. 139 players, 8% advance, and so we actually started with a 10-handed final table. And once that player got knocked out, then we started streaming here 9-handed. Leo showing up today to play the turbo flight, and now he is heads up with the chip lead. Dealer's been crushing souls all stream. Off stream, she crushes hearts. Yeah, so Joaquin winning the previous hand, the button getting moved. And sometimes this happens where the action tracker has to catch up. And that's what's happening now. It's pretty much a 3-man operation. You have the dealer. Dealer does have the headsets on. And then you have the production crew. And then you have the commentator. All of us wearing headsets. But the dealer and production crew talking to each other. And I'm talking to you. And you. And her. So they will punch in the information, and we will move on to the next hand. So the dealer has to relay everything to the production crew, and that's why she's wearing a headset. That way the production crew knows what to punch into the system. These are special cards, RFID cards, and a special table. So the cards do get scanned, but the action of the players do not get scanned in regards to if the player raises, the dealer announces raise, and somebody has to punch it in to the action tracker. Leo going to be limping here with the dolly part and working 9 to 5, and Joaquin has the better 9, and he's going to announce raise here. Quick fold from Leo as we will move on to the next hand. Yeah, so if you've ever played on a stream, the stream table does run a little bit slower than the normal table, and that's because the dealer, as I said, is in constant communication with the production crew. Joaquin now on the button. And you can see the action tracker still hasn't awarded the pot to him. Yeah. And the production crew just told her to pause. So she was about to flop it. Production crew said, hold on, we're still on the previous hand, which was hand number 41. So they will get this hand. If you look on the lower left-hand corner, gets rewarded to Joaquin. They'll move on to the next hand, and now the cards should get scanned on this next hand. So we do have somebody new, or somebody new running the action tracker, and that might be what the holdup is, but you can see that these cards are scanned. So this is the next hand, and it is a limp pot here, as it is a 10 high flop. Straight draw for Joaquin. Let's see if he bets. He does not. Flush draw for Leo, and he's going to bet and take. Little surprise, Joaquin did not bet his straight draw on the flop, and Leo was able to take it away from him on the turn. There we go, everything getting awarded properly. You can see this hand taking place at 8:51, that is Texas Central Standard Time. And of course, we were on a 15-minute delay. Well, once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And next stream for TCH Live will be on Tuesday. We're going to take Monday off, and we're going to go from South Texas to North Texas, as the big game from Dallas will be streamed, and Joaquin waking up with a premium here, and he's going to raise it up. And we got ourselves another big pot. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Top pair versus a flush draw. Somebody mentioned it earlier that the dealer is crushing souls tonight, and somebody might get their soul crushed here, as we have top pair versus a flush draw. And there's the flush. Let's see if Leo is going to be able to get away. Oh, Joaquin checks. Sneaky, sneaky. 4 million in the pot. Let's see if Leo's able to get away, as Joaquin's going to bet this river. How much is the bet going to be? He announces 2 million. Leo worried about his kicker, but he's going to pay it off here, and Joaquin's going to show him the flush. So nice check on the turn from Joaquin. Leo does pay it off, and Joaquin now takes over the chip lead. So a little back and forth from these two players, heads up here, as we still have 2 minutes to go on this blind level. Next blind level going to be 200, 400. Both players will still have more than 20 bigs heads up, so still have a lot of ways to maneuver here, as Joaquin with the king on the button will be calling at least, might be raising, just flinks in the call. Leo checks his option, and here we go. Jack high flop, open-ended for Leo. I do expect him to bet the turn no matter what comes. And he's going to hit a pair, but like I said, he was betting this turn regardless. Joaquin does have a straight draw, but he will let it go. And we will move on to the next hand. So let me know in the chat. You see what the blind levels? Blind levels are getting ready to go up here to 200, 400. You see the chips in play, and we are currently at hand number 44. So what is the number in the chat? What do you think is going to be the last hand? Let us know in the chat. The hand number. Will we get to hand 60? Hand 70? Hand 46? So let us know in the chat what you think the final hand of the stream will be tonight. Because I'm in the same building, and I don't know. 15-minute delay. Oh, wow. I set you up so good for that. I feel like such a Dumas. Of course somebody would say 6-7. You got me. You got me. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit, S-Waves. Wow. It's actually not a terrible guess. Like another 20 hands, heads up. That's not a terrible guess. All right, Joaquin with the pocket pair. And he should be raising here. Should be raising here with the force. I don't know if he is, but he should be. He announces raise. And it is a min click. Leo gonna call with the Jack 10. So some pretty hands. And Leo gonna hit his Jack. So far, I like the way both players are playing this hand. Leo does check his second pair. Joaquin puts out the continuation bet, but he's going to hit the brakes now. Does pick up a straight draw, but I still think he's going to hit the brakes. He's going to go check, check. It does go check, check. Joaquin looking for a tray or a 4. Instead, it'll be a 6. And what does Leo do here? It's going to go check, check on the river. All right, so Logan Holt saying hand number 50, which is going to be another couple of hands. So we got 2 guesses in the chat so far. So San Francisco leading 28-21. Second half has begun, and the Bears did get the second half kickoff. Leo with the Jack 3, it is suited, so I think he's going to at least call here and does exactly that. Joaquin will check his option with the King Deuce. And Leo will bet and take. So Leo with 12 million, Joaquin with 10 million, and blinds are at 200, 400. So once again, both these players with more than 20 big blinds, heads up. This might be a fold. The San Francisco busboy, the queen with the tray. I don't know what the play is here. It's definitely not a raise. So Joaquin gonna limp. He does have position. Oh, and he has Leo dominated. And he's gonna hit the queen. So should go check, bet, take. There's the check. There's the bet. And oh, Leo with a gut shot here. Leo gonna peel a card. Looking for a 5. Instead, it'll be a king. And Joaquin going to slow down. And Leo going to put out a bluff. How big is the bluff going to be? Joaquin's not a believer. So nice call from Joaquin, and he will retake the chip lead with that pot. He's got 13.13 million. 13.13 million. And Leo has 10.10. All right, hand number San Francisco 49. Oh, we got aces. We got aces. Is Leo just going to limp? Should be raising. He does raise. Puts on the min raise. And Joaquin going to be making the call. Joaquin does not want to see a king or a deuce. Does Leo check back? He does have the ace of hearts, but he will bet and take. All right, here comes hand number 50. Somebody in the chat said that this is going to be, they're predicting this to be the last hand. Here comes hand 50. Let's see if Logan's right. Both players with 11 million in their stacks. Joaquin with the ace. Should be raising. And he does raise to 800. Oh, Leo with the pretty king queen. Just makes the call. Feels like he could outplay his opponent, so doesn't want to blow the pot out of position. As we go heads up to a flop of exactly 2 million in the middle. And we see an ace and we see a king. Will we see fireworks? Continuation bet here of 800. Leo going to be making the call, not ready to let go of second pair. Second pair heads up, very strong hand. Oh, Leo going to hit the king. Excuse me, hit the queen. And is he going to check raise here? So Joaquin betting again. 1.2 million. And does Leo check raise? No, he just makes the call. Joaquin looking for a straight. A jack makes a straight, and he's going to hit the straight. Leo hates that run out. And Joaquin going to bet 2 million on the river. Leo going to snap call him and see the bad news. So the $10 million pot going to Joaquin. And now he's opened up a chip lead here. So hand 50 was not the final hand, but it was definitely a crazy hand. Leo announcing all in with the ace on the button. As I said, let us know in the chat. Give us a hand number. What do you think the final hand's going to be? It looks like the Bears just scored. Swift running it in, which should tie up the game pending the extra point. And here comes said pending extra point. It's good. Tied game, 28-28. Niners versus Bears. Niners still have a shot at the #1 seed. Joaquin with the flat tire. That's what you use a jack for. He's going to be limping as we see a paired board. And the Jack 4 going to take it down. All right, so somebody predicting hand 55. And somebody wanted to predict 67, but somebody already made that prediction. It took a while. Once somebody guessed 67, I thought somebody was going to guess 69, but... And even though the numbers are funny, the guesses actually aren't bad. Oh, here we go. So our first 3-bet pre-flop heads up. Leo with the king queen raised, and Joaquin 3-betting with the pocket threes, and Leo will make the call in position. Already over 3.6 million in the pot, or exactly 3.6 million. And Leo gonna like the flop, Joaquin not gonna like it. Oh wow, that Leo misstepped there. It looked like Joaquin was getting ready to place the bet. Yes, Joaquin announced 2 million. Joaquin announced 2 million, and then Leo ripped it for 4.1 million, and I think Joaquin might have to call here. Wow, what a misstep here by Joaquin. 3-bet with the threes pre-flop, and he does make the call. So Joaquin does have the threes available. No running hearts, though. And Leo gonna double up. So somebody taking over 67, somebody asking about the payout. Normally they load the graph for me, and let me check again if they may have loaded it. Nope, no graphic for me. Yeah, so this is the first event, the first of 2 events of the Trailblazer series here in the Rio Grande Valley. And we got ourselves, it's even out. Joaquin with 11 million, Leo with 10 million. So this is the breakdown here. So both players looking to go clubbing. And both players going to miss. Let's see if Leo bets the turn here. He indeed is going to bet the turn. So the breakdown once again on this event, the first of 2 events. This was a $25 entry, unlimited $10 rebuys, re-entries. So the minimum you could be in for was $25. The maximum was up to you. There was a player that registered and bought in for $500, which got him $500,000 in chips. There was over 1,500 add-ons. There was 101, there was over 1,500 rebuys. There was 101 add-ons. The add-on was a one-time add-on, which essentially got you an extra 10K in chips. You were able to add on for $50 at any point, which would get you 60K in chips. So there was 139 different players who rebought 1,503 times, 101 different add-ons, built a prize pool of over 20K. First place, after the players struck a deal heads up, they moved some money around. First place is going to be 5,000. Second place is going to be 4,220. As we are getting ready for hand number 56. Leo, the new chip leader now. And the Sunday Night Football game tied up once again, 28-28. Joaquin with Motown, the Jackson 5. And Leo going to be raising it up here with the King 10. I do expect a continuation bet here from Leo, as we do have some action in the chat here. All right, so somebody predicted 56 the last hand, so that is incorrect. And I'm pretty sure this person already predicted a different number. So let me know in the chat. To me, and I might be wrong, but let me know in the chat. But to me, Joaquin looks a little bit like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. It's got like that Mr. Burns look. Let me know in the chat if you agree or not. So Joaquin going to turn a pair. And he's going to get a quick vote from Leo. All right, so somebody gets in hand number 76. Keep in mind, the players have more than 20 bigs heads up here. So based upon their stack sizing, there is a possibility that this could drag out. But we have seen some pretty big hands here. So does seat number 2 there, Joaquin, look a little bit like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Chat saying no resemblance. Chat saying I'm being respectful. Yeah, he does have a nice look with that jacket. Big pimpin' up in NYC. So Joaquin with the win. Excellent. So I'm pretty sure tonight, Los Tigres del Norte were supposed to be on The Simpsons, if I'm not mistaken. I read something or saw something on social media. Leo with the 7-3, raising it up here, playing his position. Oh, and Joaquin with the 6-7. Did Joaquin just flop a straight? Indeed he did. Oh. And Joaquin checking twice. And here comes the race. Oh, Leo not ready to let his hand go. River's actually a queen. It's not a 4. Joaquin announcing $3 million. And now Leo will get out of the way. So I believe with that hand, Joaquin will retake the chip lead. That's going to take him up to over 14 million. And that's going to take Leo to about 8.9, 8.4. All right, we're up to hand number 60. So the big thing here is the Trailblazer points. Don't forget about that 100K free roll. So these players earning double points to the Trailblazer Series. Made the first stop of the year back in September, North Texas area, then went to the East Texas, and now we're in South Texas. Double points here in the Rio Grande Valley. This is event number 1 of 2. The main event does begin tomorrow, but we will have 15 flights. That's 1-5. So plenty of chances to qualify for the main event. And we got something interesting here. We got a pocket pair versus an ace-10. And this might be it. I think Leo announced all in. Leo has the sevens. He announced all in. Joaquin with the ace-10. Gonna make the call. This might be it here. Leo out in front right now, but Joaquin does have the chip lead. So far, so good for Leo. Leo needs to avoid an ace or a 10, and he does. Leo gonna get the double up, and that's gonna take Joaquin down to 10 big blinds. As I mentioned earlier, even though the players are pretty deep heads up, coolers happen. And a bit of a cooler there. Ace-10 versus 7's got it all in pre-flop. Leo able to win the race there. Brock Purdy running for his life and throws a touchdown pass to Kyle Juszczyk. I know I'm saying that wrong. The fullback for the 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk. There, I think I said it better. And now blinds just went up. Yeah, it's showing. There we go. I was about to say, they punched something in wrong there. So Leo, 17 million. Joaquin, 4 million. Joaquin with less than 10 big blinds. And I know the 6-7 final hand was a joke earlier, but I said it at the time. It's not a bad number. Joaquin with the queen-8. I do expect Leo to bet the turn here no matter what comes. Maybe with the board pair and he slows down. No, he doesn't slow down. He bets. It's hard to make a pair in general, but even more so heads up, and Leo knows that. That's why he has really turned up the aggression here, heads up. And Joaquin, based upon his chip stack, he's pretty much going to have to pick a hand and go with it this next couple of hands here, as he does have less than 10 big blinds. And obviously, you are either going to be a small blind or a big blind heads up here. Leo with the pretty Jack-9 might set him all in here. No, he just makes the call. And we're going heads up. Open ender for Joaquin. And he checks. Does Joaquin bet now? No, it goes check, check again. And he's going to hit his tray. Can't feel great about it. But that's going to get him the win. So as I said, the main event going to be less than $200 to enter. It's a $175 the entry. And the flights start tomorrow. 2 different flights every day, Monday through Sunday. 1 flight at 1 p.m., 1 flight at 6 p.m. Top 12.5% cash, top 8% bag for day number 2. Joaquin with the ace here. I think he just limped, or did he raise? No, he raised. Leo going to defend here. Does go check, check. Does Leo try to take it away? He is. And Joaquin calling with the ace here. He's a non-believer. I think Leo's going to shut down. Yeah, it's going to go check, check. And Joaquin with the win. Out of the danger zone. Up to over 7 mil with that pot. '49ers back up on top. 35-28. Still in the third quarter. I was going to say Leo should probably be folding this and does just that. It's okay to give walks. So Leo with a 2-1 chip lead here. Joaquin's able to double up. They will switch positions. And I just mentioned that it's okay to give walks, and Joaquin might want to return the favor here. It is suited, so I think he's going to call since he's suited. And that's exactly what happens here. He does make the call. And Leo, with the queen, is going to be raising it up. Joaquin will have to let it go. Leo did have it at the ladies. Of course, you can get more information on the Trailblazer Series at texascardhouse.com. And let me break it down. The Trailblazer Tour. Leo with the 7s. This is the hand he doubled up with earlier. Joaquin hits the 4. You don't want to be folding a pair heads up. Joaquin check raises here. Leo not ready to let go of his pocket pair. Joaquin picking up spades here. I like an all-in from Joaquin. Oh, and he does just that. Nice move. Very nice move by Joaquin. Had a pair, picked up a flush draw to go with it. And Leo has the decision. Oh, Leo makes the call. Doesn't think his opponent has a 10, and he was correct. This might be the last hand. 6-7. The 6-7 is going to be the last hand of the stream as Leo doubled up with 7s heads up and takes down the tournament heads up. So congratulations to him as he does pick up the extra points for the Trailblazer Series. First place getting him 30 points, and that's going to double. So he's going to get 60 points. Joaquin getting 20 points for the Trailblazer Series, and it is the final hand tonight, hand 6-7. Congratulations to Leo. He will get the photo